Welcome back to another episode of my Georgia Bulldogs Dynasty. This week we'll be taking on the Kentucky Wildcats in Lexington. Excuse me. We're ranked number one overall. We are 7-0, and we're coming off of a really nice win over what is still a good Alabama team. Pulled away from them a bit late, and we're able to come away with a 10-point victory. It was a really good day for Gunnar Stockton. It was continues to be a good day for Tobias Robinson. It did find the end zone twice. Vernon got utilized down there as well. But it was a massive day for number 5, 9 for 191, 2 scores. Everybody else was definitely quiet. This was the Anthony Evans and Tobias show without any question. Alabama, the passing game has been a bit tight, almost like in a box. It feels like over the past couple weeks. Really felt like we got things going against Alabama. They pressed us. Evans was able to take advantage of that with his speed and release. And it just kind of opened everything up, and all of a sudden, even the passing game around Evans was really able to flow. We're taking on a Kentucky team that's really struggling this year. They're 1-6, have not really been great in this series so far, and it's continuing this year. South Alabama, they beat Kentucky in week 1. Their only win was a 4-point win at home over a 1-6 Akron team. Got beat by Florida State, beat by Ole Miss, beat by South Carolina, beat by Arkansas, got beat by Alabama. Now they're playing these games relatively tight outside of this South Carolina game, and I guess Arkansas game as well. They're coming off of a bye. I think this is a team that's not awful, but they are really struggling, and they have a really tough finish to this. The rest of their schedule is full of teams that are over 500. For them to get to a bowl game, they need to win every game, including this one. We'll take a look at the roster, take a look at the stats, and then we will hop in here, see if Georgia can take care of business. So as we come down here, Kentucky, see at the top, 190 overall, and it's their running back, Jamarion Wilcox. So they have Cole Pennington. This is Chad Pennington's son, I believe. He's at least part of that line. Transferred in from Marshall, had a decent year there. Did not play at all, has taken over the starting quarterback role and has been just okay here in Kentucky. The senior has a 10-6 touchdown interception ratio, has scored 2 rushing touchdowns, so he's provided some value there, but he looks to be the clear-cut starter. I think that they do have a guy here, Dante Clemens, that moving forward is the kind of guy that could really kind of elevate them back into getting to bowl games and kind of above that. They got an excellent running back. We've struggled to stop the run at times this year. Jamarion Wilcox out of Douglasville, Georgia. Impact development guy. Let's take a look at his stats. Been in Kentucky. He scored 7 touchdowns last year, but averaging 5 yards a carry. He seems to have really stepped up here as a junior and is a little bit involved in the passing game there, but nothing crazy. Behind him, they have Jason Patterson and Dom Hooks as their top 3. Got a couple of solid young running backs here in Hooks and Nathan Deavy. See how that ends up working out for him. Wide receiver Easton Messer, Anthony Brown Stevens, Teron Higby, Matthias Madu. And then you got a couple of freshmen they're not really expecting to play. I think they'll roll out this top 4, mainly this top 3. Probably utilize a couple of these tight ends. They got Kamari Anderson, Willie Rodriguez, and LaMarcus Moody. You can definitely see all 3 of these guys getting utilized in the passing game. Solid left tackle here, Hayes Johnson, a redshirt sophomore, definitely developing for them. Really bad guard right here in George Valerio, a true freshman, could probably develop for them down the line, but not in a good spot right now. Kobe Keenum, Abaselm at center. He might end up playing guard. They got a couple of good guards here on the right side, so I'm sure one of them is playing over on the left. So we got Austin Ramsey, Jalen Farmer, and Darian Kent as their top 3. Almost assuredly somebody's playing on that left side. But 3 really good options right there. And at right tackle, again, pretty good spot here. Remy Cooks, Julio Dudley, and Jimmy Kindred. It's not an amazing offensive line, but I think it's really solid. They do have an injury here to Dwayne Amerson, sophomore elite development trait, and he's got really good caps, but he's dealing with a dislocated elbow, so we will not be having to see him today. And, sucks for them, of course. Don't like to see that, but Behind him, they got a really good guy here, Brian Robinson, and not much else there. And then on the other side, Kyle McConnell, an 82 base overall red shirt freshman. He almost had to have been a 5-star. Just a 4-star, but one that was obviously really good. Impact development, got excellent cap. I think he's a future superstar for them. Should be a really good player now. Tommy Zeismer and Fano Siamalo. So good, really a lot of good right ends right here. That is a deep, deep unit there, especially down there with the freshmen. So they'll be good for a long time there. Defensive tackles a really good spot for them as well. Kendrick Gilbert, Tavion Gadsden, Alani Poe, Rashawn Rubin, Najee Bishop. 5 deep at defensive tackle, and all of them are good players. Tyrese Fearbry, at outside linebacker, good speed, run stopper type. Gerard Smith and Jacob Smith there. So 3 good options at left outside linebacker. Got Antoine Smith, Caleb Red, Siteki Toilolo at middle linebacker. So again, solid group there. Right outside linebacker. Got Javon Williams, Grant Godfrey, and Javont Brown. So a lot of good athletes here, particularly Smith, 91 speed. Definitely could be causing some problems from us. We'll see how we attack that. Cornerback room. Nazir Addison, Avery Stewart, Kelvin Alave, LaMichael Charleston, and Teron Lafotu. Good size from among these top 3. A little shorter here at number 4. And then 5th guy, got some decent speed at the top. Do get a little on the slow side here as you get to their 4 and 5 guys. So that'll be something to watch out for. Have to expect it'll mainly be that top 3, though. Cam Dooley, Ty Bryant, and Gideon Easy Chukwu at free safety. 3 really good players there. Terrion Nichols, and then Ken Willis at strong safety. Got Kellen Lyles at kicker, and then Orleans Biggums at punter. We'll just take just a really brief look at their stats, and we will get this thing going. So we saw those guys' stats. Patterson's not been really evolved. Brown Stevens has been the leading receiver, has scored 5 touchdowns, having a solid campaign. Higbee, Anderson, Messer behind him. Blocking, they're giving up a pretty good amount of sacks. See if we can take advantage of that. Smith is leading the way for them in tackles. Tackles for loss, it is Brian Robinson. Sacks, also Brian Robinson, already with 8, so that's a problem and something to look out for. Interceptions, just 3 on the season, 2 to Addison, and 1 to Smith. But trying to keep the good times rolling here. We're undefeated. Obviously trying to come off of a playoff exit last year after winning the national title in year 1. See if we can bounce back and take advantage of that. I think we're clearly the better team here. Let's just see if we can take advantage and get a win. The SEC is tough to win on the road. This is going to be an environment that they're going to try to play tough to us. Let's see if we can go out here. We can take care of business. See if we can get the Dogs on top. Lexington, Kentucky is somewhere that historically the Georgia football program really struggles to get wins. See if that carries over today. If the Big Blue can take us down. Looks like there's definitely some Georgia fans kind of smattered at the top, but it's largely a lot of blue and white. Been a lot of good battles, a lot of good teams, and some good players there over the years for Kentucky that have given Georgia fits. This is a Wildcat program that is currently in the midst of a bit of a struggle here over the last 2.5 or so years, certainly having a really bad year 3 here, and they are certainly trying to upset Georgia. I think they have the run game with the offensive line that could create some problems, but I do think if we can shut down the run game, that Pennington could struggle to throw the football without a whole lot of elite playmakers, as Woodring is out to kick it away. He does kick it into the end zone, and that is going to be taken out. He is wrapped up at the 14. That is where Pennington and this offense will take over. And we saw a 55% complete percentage, 10 touchdowns against 6 picks. So just a 5-3 touchdown to interception ratio, and they come out with 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, a bunch set, wide receiver set in motion. It is a handoff to him, and Raylan Wilson who plays outside linebacker there on our base packages, was not fooled. He could not get to the outside of them. And they immediately have to go to the shotgun 3 wide set. And they do drop back to pass, try to set up a screen. And he is able to work that into about an 8-yard gain there. Did work out well. Sets up a 3rd and 3. Go 4 wide. It's going to be a run. Oh, and it's a read option, but Pennington is going to be wrapped up. Big play there from KJ Bolden, even though he did break that tackle. Jordan Hall able to close it down. Kentucky goes 3 and out, and they have to punt to Georgia to start things off. The boot is away from Biggums. Boyce back on the return. He's got some room to articulate there, and actually gets across the 45. Really solid physical finish. Oh, we got a little extracurricular there. And we see they come out. They're highlighting London Humphreys, who's been a little quiet here over the past couple of weeks. Maybe Georgia gets him involved a little bit here. And as per usual, Georgia's going to come out in this 4 wide pistol set. See how they decide to operate here. Send Tobias out in motion. Gunner takes the snap, gets that over to Anthony Evans quickly. The senior, of course, has been probably the best wide receiver in program history. Should have his mark all over the record books by the time that this season is over. Stockton, it's a handoff to Tobias. Just a gain of 1. Kentucky does a nice job there on that play. Now let's see what they do here. They go to the shotgun. It's 3 wide set. Lucky also in the slot. They send Cantrell in motion. Can't really get wide. Jumps that off. It is London Humphreys, who was the highlighted player there. Gets the catch and gets the first down. Now looks like Georgia is going to come out under center here. 2 tight ends. We do see Blank out there for the first time. Great blocking tight end. Does not give you a whole lot in the passing game, but he sets the edge there for Tobias, who gets a gain of 7 on that one. Georgia now sticks in that same formation. Tobias has had 6 straight 100-yard performances. This is going to be a play action. He just dumps that forward to Blank. Is actually going to lose 2 yards there on that play. Gunner had to drop it off there before he took the sack. Let's see how Georgia decides to attack here. They go 3 wide. Stockton takes the snap. Over the middle, that goes to London Humphreys. Already with his 2nd catch on the day, trying to get off to a good start. The highlighted player already with 2 first-down catches. They now go 3 wide. Stockton sends Evans in motion. They set up that screen to him. He gets the block in. Number 5 goes for 6, starting the game off with a touchdown on the opening drive for Georgia. They have had a lot of success running these wide receiver screens over the last 4 or 5 games, have made them a bigger part of the offense to take advantage of Gunner Stockton's strengths. And as long as you can create a couple of explosive plays around that, I think it's a really good way to take care of the football. And Anthony Evans scores another touchdown. Of course, Stockton coming off one of his best games of the season. Got off to a good start on that drive in Georgia. Up 7-0 early. Evan plays 53 yards. Woodring now boots it away back to Kentucky. And it's taken out of the end zone, and again, it should not have there. Now starting off at the 13 for Chris Jones. Wraps Higbee up. 4 wide look, got a running back in the slot. It's going to be a carry, a lot of running room there. He is brought down, is a gain of 8. Wilcox had a couple of good carries here early on. This is Georgia front. It'll be a play action pass. He dumps it off underneath. It's wrapped up by Harrison Allen. but Messer, the senior, with his first catch of the day, gets a first down. Pennington on that 3 wide set. It's going to be a run to Wilcox. Safeties had to come up and make a play there as Bolden and Aguero come up to get the tackle together. Again, kind of this weird formation with 2 wide receivers on the left side. Jordan Hall ate up the left guard there, wrapped up Wilcox in the backfield, sets up a 3rd and 7. This is not where Kentucky wants to be. This is not the strength of this team. He's trying to lean on that run game. He drops back to pass. See what he got. Pennington's getting chased. Damon Wilson, Kristen Miller get the sack, and Kentucky gets a first down, but now we're going to have to punt it back to Georgia with an offense that got off to a fast start. Biggums. It's a pretty good punt away there, and Boyce's going to have to take that one for a fair catch. Now come out in the shotgun, but it's a 2 tight end set to Bias. In the backfield with Stockton. It is a carry to Tobias, who bounces it outside, tries to run over the safety. Actually does make the tackle, but falls forward and gets the first down. They stick in this bunch set. See what they decide to do here. Stockton drops back, takes the pass. He throws that into a bad spot, and that one's going to be intercepted by Antoine Smith. London Humphrey's route kind of got deflected around there, went farther down the field than Stockton thought that he was going to. And Antoine Smith waiting there makes a nice interception back towards his right side, And after a really clean game from Stockton, get an interception here early on this one as Higbee gets the handoff and loses one as Kristen Miller continues to be one of the best players in all of college football. Looks like he may end up being a Heisman finalist, at least at this point. And this may be a sack again of Pennington. Right now, they cannot block up front as McLeod and Kristen Miller again making plays. A 3rd and 18. Kentucky got excellent field position after that interception. They are now in a really, really bad spot here. Dumps it off underneath, but C.J. Allen knocks it out of the tight end's hands. Kentucky's going to have to punt it. They go 3 and out. 2 of their 3 drives have been 3 and outs so far. Really excellent punt there from Bigham, Georgia. Way back in their own territory here. They will come out in the pistol, 2 tight ends. Stockton. It's going to be a handoff to Tobias. Runs with physicality there, gets a gain of 6. Now move from the 2 tight end to the 4 wide receiver. Nitro Tuggle coming in motion, gets the jet pass, get up the field. Nitro gets a first down. Now coming over, bunch set to the right side. Stockton takes the snap. No pressure really coming. Get that over to Lucky. He does get a 2-yard catch there. That one almost got knocked away. At the end of the first quarter, Georgia is up 7-0. Gunnar Stockton with a passing touchdown, but also did throw a bad interception. Kentucky has done absolutely nothing on offense. Georgia has at least shown that they can move the football as long as they do not turn it over. Let's see if this offense can make some plays here. Stockton, 3 wide receivers. Lucky, though, is in the slot. They take the snap. Just going to dump this off to Anthony Evans, who does make just a 3-yard catch there. Tried to create the shot play. Did not get what they were looking for. Now let's see. They can do something here. 3rd down. A little something out of nothing here. 3rd and 5. Stockton takes the snap. Get this over to Lucky, and he does not get the first down underneath. Georgia's going to have to punt it. This is kind of what you get at times with Stockton, is that is going to be a penalty, and Georgia's drive is going to end up continuing as Kentucky just pile drive Lozano there. Personal foul, roughing the punter. What I was going to say, at times with this offense, if we have a turnover, at times the offense gets a little too safe, it feels like. Scared to kind of go down the field and take their shots. Stockton. Here's we open up in the 5, or in the empty there. Gets that over to Nitro Tuggle, gets a nice first down. Now looks like they're going to try to go under center. Got Tobias out there, 3 wide set. It's in Lucky in motion. See if Lucky can set the edge here. It's a decent handoff. Not really a whole lot there for Tobias, though. Georgia trying to see what they can come up with here, and they go 3 wide. Stockton takes the snap. Gonna try to get this one over wide to Cantrell, who makes the catch. Does not get the first down, though. But it find a really good play there for Georgia. Nice accurate throw from Stockton. Defender had the inside. Cantrell able to get outside. Good run there for Tobias. Just barely missed the hole. Making that a bigger run. First and 10. 3 wide look again. Stockton comes out, gets this over to Lucky, and Lucky's got room to roll, but he gets run down by the safety. But it is a nice play, and it is a first down. Stockton's 12 of 13, but one incompletion, of course, was the interception. Now go back to the 4 wide pistol set. It is going to be a carry for Tobias. Shows nice burst there. It's a gain of 9.5. Stick with this 4 wide look. Stockton takes it, tries to get that out to Cantrell, who makes the catch, gets the first down, but did not get the block that he needed there on the edge. What could have been a touchdown there for him. Gets a little block from Humphreys. 2 tight end pistol set. Stockton. It's a handoff to Tobias. Tackle down at the line of scrimmage. On the set. And now go under center. Roderick Robinson in the backfield. Stockton. It's a play action. Tries to just throw that off the Lucky. Ends up just falling incomplete. Thought Gunner might have a chance to maybe slide outside the pocket there, but that does not work out. Two tight ends on the field here. 3rd and 3. Stockton taking his time, getting the play call where he wants it. He gets it. He's going to scramble. Stockton, does he have the speed? No, he gets caught down at the 2. Georgia now going to have to kick the field goal. They're just going to take their points. It's on the road. Woodrings misses the short field goal. And Kentucky surviving right now. This is how you do it, as Wilcox gets wrapped up in the backfield by Jordan Hall. If Kentucky cannot run the ball, I think I don't really know how they score in this game, to be completely honest with you. Georgia's not. That was a good drive. You do not finish it off strong, though. Now you're in a bad look. And that was a horrible pass from Pennington, hit his wide receiver in the foot. 3rd and 12. Had him open on a short hitch there, too. 3rd and 12. They do drop back to pass. He'll have nowhere to throw it. He's going to take the sack again. Kristen Miller, Justin Williams, shutting it down. Now Kentucky is Bigham's going to have to punt it away again. They're staying in this game thanks to mistakes from the Georgia offense. See how Georgia responds to that. As Boyce gets a little bit of return there. Let's see. Georgia is definitely dealing with some wide receivers that are a little banged up. Let's do this. This will be the second time in just a couple of weeks that Cantrell is really dealing with being a little banged up. So let's move Tuggle in right there. We'll give Cantrell a couple of snaps off. Let's actually move Riddell in for Lucky, and then a slot receiver. We'll move Tuggle in right there, and then Dallas behind him just in case. All right, let's see what Georgia can maybe do here. So Riddell, of course, the guy I was really excited about coming into this series, number 23 there. They just haven't really worked out for him so far. Has not developed super well, but he's a great athlete. Definitely think he's a guy that can play for us. As Tuggle immediately comes in, gets his third catch. He is finding ways to get involved here. Now they come out with this bunch set again. Stockton takes the snap. We get this over to Riddell, a nice running catch play for him. I think Riddell is probably going to take over the Lucky role next year. He's a really good athlete. Just, again, has not developed as much as I would have liked him to. Now it's a 3-wide set. It's in Tobias in motion. They do dump it off to Tobias, who's got some room ahead of him. Actually gets tackled in the open field. Don't see that much from him. It's a gain of 8, though.
Okay, ready?
2nd and 2. Stockton takes the snap. Get this over to Evans. That one almost got picked off. Gunner ended up throwing it to the wrong side there. But it is completed, thankfully, and is not a turnover.
On the double.
Now it's 3 wide receivers over to the left side. Can Stockton get the snap off? He does. They're going to throw that out to Evans, who's got room on the RPO. Takes it to the 5 before he is wrapped up. Georgia trying to keep it moving. Now a bunch set over to the right. Still got Stockton with Tobias. It's a handoff to number 1. They're able to turn his shoulders. Sets up now a 3rd and 3. Georgia does not want to end up having to kick a field goal here again. You go 3 wide. Stockton takes it. He's going to dump this out to Riddell. Can he get the block in? He does not get the touchdown, but does get the first down to continue the drive.
On the set.
Tight end's definitely getting involved here. Stockton, this is going to be just straight ahead. Tobias stopped at the goal line there. Sets up a 2nd and goal from the inch line, essentially, about a half yard out. Tobias this time is going to get it, and this time Tobias is going to score his 11th carry of the day. Puts Georgia up 2 touchdowns as number 1 goes for 6. See if Woodring can put this extra point in. He does. The missed field goal, those angles get really tough on this game. I guess I just didn't the controller's not vibrating, which makes me think that, okay, this is angled far enough over there, and he didn't hit it with a bunch of power, and it still doesn't go through. Nonetheless, Georgia has certainly looked like the much better team today. Not really carrying over as much on the scoreboard as it should. That one's completed to the tight end. Gain of 8. Kentucky takes the timeout. Georgia is dominating the time of possession. And they hold Kentucky, keep them off the scoreboard here. So they will start off the second half with the ball. Humphrey with a nice open field tackle. Wilcox there. Less than 30 seconds left. Pennington trying to put together a drive here. And he just found a wide receiver. Higbee was open. Pennington just overshot at the accuracy. Just not there right now. Nice little stack on the right side here. Gets this off underneath. Wilcox tackled inbounds, though. Kentucky has to take their last time out. Georgia just don't give up the deep ball. You just had Higbee was wide open on that play. Thankfully, he just missed a throw. Pennington throws it away, sets up a 4th and 4 right before he's about to get hit. Now they're going to have to punt it away. Boyce lets that one go. It goes out at the 8. Georgia will just, I would certainly guess, just let this one run. No reason to really kill yourself here on this play. Stockton sends Humphreys in motion, and it's Stockton. This is usually where we see the burning play. He ends up getting taken down right at the line of scrimmage, and we will go to halftime with Georgia up 14-0. They're dominating the game really everywhere but the scoreboard. They are up 2 scores, but the Stockton interception, the missed field goal from, 18 yards out, is certainly a really bad look, but they're dominating time possession. They're really beating up the Kentucky offense right now. Can they get a score here coming out of halftime, kind of put this game away? Or can Kentucky get a defensive stop and try to stay in this? That is sent back. Dallas, the Athens native, trying to find a return there. Gets hit down at the 15. Georgia is out on offense to start the second half. It's 4 wide. They are playing a lot of guys up at the line of scrimmage here. Stockton still going to hand it off to Tobias, who runs over 2 guys right at the line of scrimmage. Somehow gets a gain of 6 out there on that play. Stick with the 4 wide. Stockton takes the snap. Gets that over the middle, and Dexter Dallas, I think that's his first career reception. If I'm not mistaken, they're over the middle, getting some extra play with the Cantrell being a little banged up here, giving some of his recruiting class brethren a chance as Tobias gets a carry. Delivers the blow again. He's starting to maybe get going here. 13th carry is now up to 52 yards. They go back to the shotgun. Stockton takes the snap. Gonna try to loft this one to Humphreys, and he makes the catch when he's getting hit. Humphreys 3 catches now for 50 yards. Stockton just kind of floated that one. Maybe threw it a little bit farther up the field than he wanted to in that spot. Puts a good throw on it, though, and it becomes a big completion. Stockton drops it back. Dump this where Tuggle can run forward. It's another first down. The passing game has looked pretty good so far in this one. The interception notwithstanding, they stay out in this formation. Stockton this time just want to hand it off to Tobias. Gets really good blocking. First time Tobias has kind of struggled with the first guy getting to him, really being able to make a solid tackle on him. Stick in this same formation. Tobias a little winded. They drop back, though. They set up the screen. There's nobody right in front of Tobias. Gets the first down. Blockers did not get set up extremely well there. Three wide receivers. We now have Roger Robinson out there, and they do send Tuggle in motion. It's a jet pass to him. He finds room. Tuggle gets into the end zone for the score. Georgia with exactly the drive they wanted to. Tuggle says to put them to sleep. Really could not have asked for a better drive if you were Georgia there coming out of the half. 5th catch of the day, technically 47 yards for Tuggle. Woodring's kick is up and it is good. An 8-play, 84-yard drive ends with 7. Really about all you could have asked for out of Georgia there on that drive. Woodring kicks it away. That one's going to go maybe completely out of the end zone. Nope, catches it. Will be taken for a touchback. So Georgia has gotten 3 sacks so far in this game. They have lived in the backfield. 2 tight end set. This is how Kentucky opened up the game. That is how they try to set it up. A little play action. He just throws it away. Nothing there. Pennington completing 55% of his passes coming into the game. He is currently 5 for 10, completing 50%. This is going to be a handoff to Wilcox. Got really good blocking there on the interior. We're able to get Georgia essentially with just 5 guys straight ahead. They put the block on C.J. Allen. Got that going. They come out with this bunch set again. I don't know if this is the way Kentucky really needs to play this game. It's going to be a play action. Pennington going to swerve it out, and that one is thrown right to Aguero, who picks it off. Georgia now looking to put the exclamation point on this game. Stockton drops back. He's going to take the snap. Tries to loft this one. Ends up just being thrown in no man's land. Evans struggled to get off the press there.
Okay, ready?
See what they do here. Stockton, they drop back to throw it. Tried to throw that one wide. That was a horrible pass and decision from Stockton. Really late there on the throw, and he is now, after such a good game last week, he's been so good outside of 2 decisions here. Just threw that one right to Ken Willis, what he probably should have done here besides just eating it and throwing the ball away. I think Stockton had a throw. Nope, not really anything there. Should have just tried to get out of the pocket and either throw it away. But yeah, there's just nothing there. That was a really, really bad decision. Tried to get the hitch out, kind of as Tuggle was almost running a pick there, but was late on the throw. Thankfully, that one was not a pick 6. It's really something that Georgia has struggled with in this series is, these opportunities to put teams away and get the backups playing time. And that one immediately turned around, and Humphreys able to pick up the fumble there. I don't know if it was K.J. Bolden who forced it. Let's take a look at the replay here and see. Damon Wilson Jr. ends up putting the big hit there on Messer, the senior wide receiver. Knocks it out. Georgia, thankfully, right back out there on offense. See how they attack here. Pistol set. They send Tobias out. Just going to throw this one over to Tobias, who catches it. Cannot break the first tackle, but does get a gain of 6 out of that. So that's a smart read. There's nobody over there covering him. It's man-to-man. Get it over to the running back. Still got this 4 wide set. It's a carry to Tobias, who's got some good blocking. He gets to the edge. It's a really nice run there. Keeping the clock running. Again, he has been really, really good. 6 straight 100-yard games. Looks like he may end up getting close in this one. Roderick Robinson is going to take this carry. Ends up getting a gain of 2 there despite all the bodies trying to corral him. See what Georgia decides to do here. Come back out with 3 wide receivers. They do have Riddell in there at tight end. Going to be a carry to Tobias. Gets an excellent block. It's another first down. He's now up to 83 yards. They now have trio over to the right side. Stockton takes the snap. Going to try to roll out. He's going to throw this over to Riddell, who cannot make the catch there while being hit. Stockton actually kind of wanted to float that, and it did not work out at all. Now they go to a more regular style bunch set here. Stockton takes the snap. Gets hit, trying to get that pass over to Blank. Now sets up a 3rd and long. So this is where Georgia tried to kind of take a shot play.
On the ready.
Now it messes them up. Stockton takes it, trying to get pressure, and he just makes a horrific decision there through that one. In a bad spot, and now Stockton's third interception of the day, and I do think, just for his sake, we're going to give somebody else just a couple of snaps here. Ryan Puglisi is going to come out here on this next drive. I think it's time to just make a calm Stockton down a little bit here. Now up to 12 interceptions on the season. Was really good last week. The turnovers have gotten a lot better, but made a couple of really bad decisions today. 2nd and 12. Pennington now sent in motion. Pennington being chased. That is a huge 10-yard sack. Kristen Miller, Damon Wilson feasting on this Kentucky offensive line. It is now a 3rd and 22. Surely you just throw a screen or something right here. Nope, they're actually going to throw the ball. He's going to send it. It's a one-on-one situation, but they are back there, and Aguero with his 2nd interception of the day gives Georgia the ball back. Essentially operates as a punt, but Pennington really struggling, and we do see Ryan Puglisi out here, a red shirt sophomore, kind of potentially being tabbed as the next up here in the quarterback room, depending on how the offseason goes. He hands it off to Tobias. Tobias gets a gain of 8. This is certainly not Stockton losing his job, but just giving Stockton a bit of a breather here. Glizzy's got a really big, talented arm, and they are pressing Georgia. Started off, Glizzy takes the snap. Just going to loft this one to London Humphreys, who catches it in stride. Humphreys, touchdown. But Glizzy showing off the deep ball accuracy there. That is his first passing touchdown of his career. London Humphreys, again, was the player they highlighted there in the opening segment. The senior, been a little quiet the past couple of weeks, has struck big in this one. That should have put him over the century mark in yards, and Puglisi's first pass of the day goes for a 75-yard touchdown. Woodring extends Georgia's lead here.
Personal foul.
Want to make it 28-0. As the PAT is good. Did have a roughing the kicker there. Woodring now back to boot it away, and does. Kicks that one out of the end zone. So the passing game has been really good for Georgia. They've thrown 3 interceptions. Stockton definitely forced the last one. Just one play, though, Humphreys kind of got a little deeper than what he thought. Had Antoine Smith kind of just beat underneath the throw. Laid on a hitch out to the right side, and then, of course, that was just a really bad decision. Stockton didn't make a good, not a good decision there. Tried to throw the ball to Evans on a corner route, kind of felt the immediate pressure, even if it wasn't really there. Threw it off his back foot, threw it right to a defender. Just giving him a little break, let him settle down. Pennington. It's a play action. He's got a man open on the left side, excuse me. Is that first down? Pennington 9 for 16, couple of interceptions to Aguero. Watch that here, it is a pass. Going to dump it off underneath again. In a 6. We'll now head into the 4th quarter. Georgia up 28-0. Would like to get one more defensive stop. Trying to keep the shutout alive. We're already seeing some new faces along the offense in this one due to injuries. That one was a good throw underneath there to Pennington, from Pennington. Anderson's 3rd catch of the day goes for a first down. Kentucky trying to put together. This has been their best drive of the game. Pennington they've got Wilcox all by himself on that side of the field. He breaks the tackle there. Ends up taking that inside the 10. Now Kentucky looking to score. Going to be a quick dump off. Throws it out wide though. Higbee almost brought that one in. Second and goal now. Certainly 4-down territory. No reason to kick a field goal here other than just to avoid the shutout. But you would think they would go for here more than it being like a... So that doesn't matter as Higbee, who has had chances to make big plays in this game. Pennington has kind of missed him. He makes a really nice catch there over a Bulldog defender in coverage and gets Kentucky on the board here. That's just his first catch of the day, and he goes for a touchdown, but he has been really close, has been open on a couple of shots. Pennington has just not been able to hit. Makes it a 28-7 game now. Georgia stick with Puglisi. All reports coming from the sideline. Looks like that is exactly what he is going to do. Oh, they put all my backups in. I don't want to do that just quite yet. Confused as to how this depth chart stuff. So we want to just keep Puglisi in there. All right. Well, actually, how Cantrell okay now? Cantrell is fine. Okay. It's back to just kind of our regular starting lineup. So we do have Puglisi is out there. So Puglisi's got a really big arm. The strongest, just pure arm on the team. Does not give Georgia a great sense of mobility. Not that they have utilized that a ton so far in this series. Even with a guy like Stockton, who does have some mobility about him. This will be another carry to Tobias, who just cuts it up. It's a nice carry there. And for the 7th straight game, Tobias has gone over the century mark. I think this is a good opportunity to see Puglisi in action. Let him throw the football here. 3 wide receivers. We're seeing Cantrell in motion. Cross back, takes the snap. Going to dump this off. Tobias on the right side. Tobias delivers a couple of blows there. And a 3. Second and 7. As he takes the snap, they try to set up the screen. They do get it to Tobias. Only gets a gain of 3 there, though. Again, Woodring's already showed, or excuse me, they show Woodring there at the top for some reason. It kind of confused me. Puglisi's shown he could throw the deep ball. He's shown he can kind of take the underneath. He's going to try to scramble out. Just get this over to Lucky. He gets the first down. Really good decision making. Okay. He's dumped it off here 3 times. He's 4 for 4 for 86 yards. They go 3 wide receivers. Tobias is still out there with him. Puglisi sends Anthony Evans in motion. It's that famous screen to Evans. He doesn't get a whole lot of room there, just a gain of 4. As he could not get to the outside. Evans is having a quiet game, but did find the end zone after his monster performance. Puglisi now taking the snap. He's going to take a big sack there, an 11-yard loss. Not at all what you want to see there. Sets up now a 3rd and 17. Don't force anything. It's okay. Puglisi letting the clock run down. He takes the snap. Going to get this underneath. Gets it to Evans. Evans going to get it to midfield. Set up a 4th and 8. Evans catches 47 yards. Evans has not found any explosive plays at all in this one. Did find the end zone, though. Lozano now back to punt it away. And kind of shanks that one. Not a great punt there at all. Kentucky takes back over. Now I think we'll see Georgia really take out a lot of these guys here after this possession. Gets that over Wilcox, a 1-yard completion. In fact, there's 5 minutes left. We'll mass up the backups in, but I do want to do we put Vernon in there maybe? Let's put Vernon in there. I think we saw a little bit from Puglisi. Good decision making. The really good deep ball to London Humphreys. That was a really accurate pass. See some more Georgia players here now. Underneath. Taken down after a gain of 7, so it's up 3rd and 2. So getting some more guys snaps here today. I think this is important to do this when you do get an opportunity to. This at least right now as Bowles just kind of got turned around on that as Higbee gets a catch. It's a first down. This is still the starters for Kentucky, so that is something to at least note. Now, this is a really talented Georgia team, of course. He is going to get sacked. Coming off the right side is Troy Bowles, operating as a blitzer there, and it is now a 2nd and 19. Did a really nice job there getting around the edge. Got the tight end. He takes a big hit, but does come down with the catch. That play got really good blocking. He just ran a 4 verts, able to find a spot there in the zone. Ends up dumping this off to Wilcox. Ooh, takes a big hit. Let's get a nice gain of 10 roughly there. Oh, no, I know. Pennington, maybe it had a couple of open guys. Instead does scramble, uses his legs well there. Gets the first down. We're less than 3 minutes left. Georgia trying to keep Kentucky from scoring here. Drops it off. Georgia needs to probably send just a little bit of pressure. I think would be good. See if they decide to do that here. Pennington takes the snap. Got his running back open, but he doesn't see him until late, but he does get the pass off, and that is taken for a touchdown. Wilcox on the right side, able to get into the end zone. Ran man defense there. Tried to fake him out, but Pennington had no pressure on him, was finally able to get through his progressions, then able to find Wilcox. And they have now made this a closer game than what it probably actually was. This one is caught by DiNapoli. We're now going to see Kevin Vernon. Vernon is of course, excellent athlete. He's scored a couple of touchdowns so far this year. It's going to be a delay game on his very first play. Come on, Vernon. Really, of course, on me. I don't want to get to a read option play and just see. Come on. It was doing this in the two-lane Dynasty. I don't know. There's some bug, I guess, with a recent patch where sometimes the penalty thing kind of hems up the game for whatever reason. Send him in motion. And we're going to keep this with Vernon. He's got a little bit of running room, able to take that back inside, and Vernon actually gets a gain of 13 there. So that'll be the thing. If Vernon ends up taking the starting job, how much do you utilize him with his legs? It's something I haven't really done a whole lot in any of these recent games. Let's get we'll just put Branch now there. He hasn't gotten many carries here this year at all. This has largely been the Tobias show. That was a good play there from Vernon. But I've been trying to incorporate. He's got outstanding speed, pretty good arm, good accuracy, so on and so forth. As Branson now gets the carry, Stop down right at the line of scrimmage. Let's see. Come out with a 3-wide set here. It's 3rd and 2. You want to get the first down. Vernon's going to take it wide. He pitches it out to Branson, who runs over a guy. It's a 4th and 1. So they tried to go wide side there. It's a 45-yard field goal. Let's make this a 17. Make this a 3-score game. This is the right call, of course. Woodring. Kick is up. Kick is good. Georgia is back up to a 3-score lead. After that, now up 31-14. So it was not a great possession there for Vernon and company, but he did make a little something happen as Higbee almost broke that one. Now can this defense get a stop again? Of course, it's still the backups against Kentucky starters. Pass over the middle, that one falls incomplete, just wide open. This is now, he is scrambling around, he gets sacked, taken for a loss. 3rd and 21, Georgia just looking to put this game away. Kentucky's fought hard, but it may not be enough as Pennington is going to take another sack. Now a 4th and 28, last snap for this Kentucky offense. This is short dump off, taken down. Georgia now is just going to take a knee and get out of Dodge here. A 31-14 victory. Certainly could have done some things better. Stockton gets benched, at least for this game. Puglisi comes out, throws the big deep ball touchdown. Defense struggled a little bit there in the 4th quarter. We do come away. London Humphreys, your player of the game, did get shouted out as the spotlight player there. And to start the game, had a big day. But yeah, Stockton 3 interceptions. I've got to do better at just, taking what the defense gives me. If I'm late on a throw, take a sack, throw it away. Stop trying to get too cute with it. Stick to what I know what works. And, I've got to take care of the football. Just thought it was more of an opportunity just to kind of see what else we have. I thought Puglisi, looked good. The deep ball was really strong, 66, 99 yards. But you see, a lot of Stockton was actually really efficient. I mean, if you take away the 3 throws, he goes 25 for 29, 227 yards and 2 scores. Couldn't push the ball really down the field other than the 1 throw from from Puglisi. Tobias is good on the ground, did not really get anything else going other than the 1 good run from Vernon. Anthony Evans had a bunch of receptions, not a bunch of yards. It was a big day for Humphreys. Everybody else is kind of scattered around because of the injuries we dealt with to Cantrell and Lucky. Thought Riddell looked good on his couple of plays. But yeah, 3 scores in total there. Calhoun with 14 pancakes. Miller leads the way, had a huge game in tackles. Bolden ties him there. Miller ends up with 5 tackles for loss. McLeod with 3. Bowles, Wilson, Hall, Williams, and Wilson all get involved. Sacks. It's 2 from McLeod, 2 from Miller, a sack and a half for Bowles, a sack for Wilson, and a half sack for Justin Williams. And the sack is 2 for Aguero, interceptions, 2 for him. And, let's go take a look at Kentucky stats. Pennington struggled, 21-30, was a little bit better there in the 4th quarters. We played that prevent defense and just kind of backed everybody off. 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Had negative 48 yards rushing, so they end up in the negative. Wilcox, it did not run him as much as I thought they should have. Had a couple of decent runs, but yeah, they pretty much just abandoned it and threw the ball a lot. Wilcox did get very involved in the passing game, did have a touchdown from there, as did Higbee, who probably had a much better game than what the stats show. Pennington missed him on a couple of throws. Anderson and Rodriguez and Messer. Leading the way defensively, Dooley and Nichols each in double digits. Javon Williams here did have 2 tackles for loss. Ended up being a good day here for Godfrey. 8 tackles, a tackle for loss, a sack, and an interception. Same for Antoine Smith. 8-1, no sack, but did have an interception himself. Another guy that got the interception was Ken Willis, a strong safety. His was the one that probably could have been a pick six, but kind of just didn't really get going in the right direction, I guess. But yeah, I'll get the thumbnail stuff together. Then I will see you guys back in the main menu. And we are now back here at the main menu. So a 17-point win. We will advance the week. Could potentially get another commitment here. Let's take a look and see. And we do, in fact, get 5-star DeMarco Waller, a possession tight end receiver out of Nashville, Tennessee. He's not the one that I want the most out of that tight end group, but certainly more than happy to take him. A 4-star Peter Tutt out of Tallahassee, Florida, a middle linebacker. And we are still in a good spot for most of these battles. We did lose Loudermilk, because of course I was expecting to do that. Okay, didn't lose Tong to Georgia Tech. I got in a little late on that battle. Tech did a nice job. Christian Miller's the SEC Defensive Player of the Week and the National Defensive Player of the Week. I think he's going to win the Heisman. I really do. Next game in this series is going to be against Florida. We'll take a look at the top 25. Ooh, the college football playoff rankings are out. Let's take a look at the scores first, and then we'll go with that. So, North Texas over Tulsa, Michigan big over Minnesota, Texas, and a tight game over a bad Missouri team. Alabama rebounds well over New Mexico State, Texas Tech over Arizona State, Penn State over Northwestern. Clemson loses on the road their second time this year to a now 3-5 Syracuse team. Ohio State over Maryland, North Carolina over Louisville, Arizona over West Virginia in a big-time matchup there in the Big 12. South Carolina over Texas A&M, Notre Dame big over Navy, Utah over Houston, Mississippi State over LSU 31-28, USC over Rutgers big, Washington over Indiana, Boston College over Florida State, of course our game. Western Kentucky into the top 25, get a 3-point win over Louisiana Tech, Pitt over Georgia Tech, Cal over Virginia, Oregon over Oklahoma State, Kansas State over Cincinnati. Let's take a look at the Heisman watch. Christian Miller back up to number 1. The other 2 Georgia guys have now officially fallen out. We got Ja'Curry Brown really making a push here for UCF. Had a 4-touchdown game, really solid there. Ooh, we got the awards watch list, so we can go over this now as well. So, Player of the Year, got, of course, the big 3 up top. No surprises there. Head Coach of the Year down a little bit. Best quarterback, will not see anybody there. Defensive Player of the Year, of course, a lot of dogs. It always is. Christian Miller should run away with that one. Defensive Back of the Year, Daniel Harris is up here at the top, but we have the top 5 guys. Running Back of the Year, Tavares Tobias, looking to become the second Running Back of the Year award winner that we have had in the series. Receiver, Anthony Evans, a little bit farther down. A little shocked by that. Lombardi got 3 guys for that. And do not even have Stockton under that. Defensive end, of course, 2 guys you would expect. Kelton Smith among the interior linemen. Lawson Lucky at the top here for best tight end. That's exciting. We've even got Khalil Blank and Jaden Riddell has made it in. If Riddell is in there, I think that shows kind of where things stand among the tight ends around college football. Rolls Award, none of our guys. Oh, Lindsey barely makes it in there at the very end. Linebacker of the Year, all of our main 4 guys are taking up spots there. Center of the Year, don't have anybody there. Kicker, don't have anybody there. Punter, do not have anybody there. Best returner, don't think I have anybody there. We had a really good first year with Anthony Evans and Arian Smith in the return game. It's been a little slow beyond that. CFP bracket. We're currently the 1 seed. Ohio State's the 2, Pitt's the 3, Kansas State is the 4. See, North Texas gets the 5th conference championship spot. Then your at-larges are Penn State, USC, Notre Dame, Washington, Michigan, Oregon, and Arizona. So that's where we stand as right now. We'll see how, still a lot of football left to play. We'll see how that ends up shaking out. take a quick look at our stats. Stockton is the starter. I just have to. I don't know what my problem is. I'm sure this is an issue for most people who play this game. You just throw a lot of interceptions. I've thrown them at a higher clip with him than it seems like I have anybody else really. But yeah, it's been ugly. Had a really clean game against Alabama. Two of these were certainly really bad decisions. The one to Humphreys to start things off as an interception, I think kind of more like is what it is kind of thing. He was supposed to be running more of a drag, but, just congestion. Ended up running a little bit farther than I wanted him to. But he's only got 2 games where he has not thrown an interception. And he has had the trouble throwing the ball down the field. And as we compare him against Puglisi, the deep ball for Puglisi is much better. If we just come right over here to ratings, Puglisi's got excellent caps too. I mean, I think if he ends up being a 2-year starter for us, he could really develop. But see, his deep throw accuracy is an 80. That is still better. Stockton's, I believe, is a 72. Let's take a look. It's actually a 71. But the rest of his accuracies are in a pretty good spot. His throw on the run, his throw under pressure. There's a lot of stuff to like about Stockton. Maybe I've tried to kind of work into more of the shorter passing game with him, try to make things better. I just have to take care of the football. So kind of used him a bit as a scapegoat. I wanted to see Pug anyway, and I did like what I saw. Very interested to see who ends up winning that quarterback battle heading into next year, but certainly with a performance like that, you would think he has the leg up. Tobias is over the 1,000-yard mark. Robinson just over 200. This has been the Tobias show. He is the main cog, of this run game. I have turned this over to him instead of trying to spread the carries out amongst 3 or 4 guys like I have over the past couple of years. Tobias is taking it. He is the guy. He is the running back. Hate it for the Robinson guys, but I'm using Tobias. He is the guy here for us. Anthony Evans has kind of mixed in some quieter games along with the eruptions, but he's consistently finding the end zone. 9 touchdown catches now for him. Humphreys really had a nice week there. Definitely stepped up. Lucky has been very involved in Riddell being a top 12 tight end of the year choice when he's got 2 receptions both in that game. I think is a little crazy. Did see Dexter Dallas as well get his first career catch in that game. So excited to see that. Cantrell's been banged up. Probably the only reason why he's not leading the team in receptions. He's had 2 games where he's essentially missed 6 quarters, roughly. Defensively, Aguero leading the team in tackles and is now tied for the lead in interceptions with Julian Humphrey. Of course, the big thing has been Christian Miller, 51 tackles, 27 tackles for loss, 9.5 sacks. He's been outstanding. Sacks-wise behind him is Damon Wilson, Justin Williams. Each of them have at least 5, but I'll kind of slow scroll down here, and you guys can take a look, pause at somebody in particular if you would like to. And Woodring, I've missed 6 field goals with him. Felt like we were really good last year. I think we kicked over 80%, 81%. Definitely struggling this year, though, and that includes hitting a 61-yard field goal. Have only made 1 of my last 4 attempts with him for whatever reason. Hopefully we get that back on track should the need arise. But yeah, that is it. The next time we see you guys, it'll be the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoy the content, like and subscribe. Check out the Tulane Dynasty I have on the channel, along with the Atlanta Hawks franchise. We are in the playoffs here in year 1 in. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Until next time.